Hey, so finally I can take a look at the RX Vega 56 by AMD too. Well, technically this one's by XFX, but it's AMD's reference design. So yeah, it's not that easy picking up a retail version of this thing, and to let you guys know, this isn't even mine. This graphics card has kindly been sent over for testing by Stefan Müller, a friend of mine and true supporter of the channel. So huge thanks goes out to him for actually making these Vega videos possible. Now in terms of pricing, it's a difficult situation, because right now at the time of writing the script, such a reference design of the Vega 56 comes in at a whopping $610 or even more, and availability isn't particularly great. Spec-wise, it's a completely new card, coming with 8GB of HBM2 VRAM and a relatively high TDP of 210 watts. We'll see what's up with that soon. Unlike the Vega 64, the RX Vega 56 currently can only be purchased with this pretty standard reference design and plastic shroud. No fancy aluminum as seen on the limited edition version of the Vega 64 or liquid-cooled versions. However, a IB card should follow soon, so we will see some factory overclocks as well as better coolers. Aesthetically speaking though, I've always been a fan of AMD's reference design, not necessarily so much of the noise level. Even though it's plastic, the GPU is quite heavy due to the aluminum under the shroud, and the build quality is not that bad actually. A standard blower style fan takes care of pushing air through the fins, and once the card is installed in one system, it does come with some LED lighting as well. The Radeon logo lights up and this GPU tag. Now that's all great, but let's fire up some benchmarks. So obviously, as you've seen, the RX Vega 56 is not a bad graphics card as some have stated. It's about on par with Nvidia's offering, the GTX 1070, and bear in mind, I didn't have a reference design or Founders Edition on hand to run tests against. It was a factory overclocked one by Gigabyte, meaning the GTX 1070 had a clear advantage over this reference model Vega 56. Still, it did really well, especially in games like Battlefield 1 and Rise of the Tomb Raider, where it even beats the 1070. However, at least for now, it's not all perfect. It seems there's still some driver optimization needed, since the Vega card performed quite poorly in Crysis 3 for instance, and in many cases still is behind the GTX 1070. But it can be seen Battlefield 1 and Tomb Raider as what gives you a good idea on what to expect in the near future once drivers have matured. As for the temperatures, come on, it's the reference design. It does pretty good actually, but is kinda noisy, although not unbearably noisy as it was the case with AMD's reference coolers on something like the 290X. Now in terms of power consumption, many claim Vega is a very power-hungry card. However, when left at stock settings, it consumed only roughly 20 watts more than my Gigabyte GTX 1070. I mean, it's not as efficient as Nvidia's offering, but it's no deal breaker. Although, spoiler alert, once you start cranking up the clock speeds, the watts climb faster than you might wish. Let's talk pricing. Right now, such a Vega 56 can be found for like $610 more or less. A GTX 1070 from one of the board partners, on the other hand, can be picked up for about $530. So the only thing that's problematic here, in my opinion, is not so much the tech, the performance, no, it's solely the pricing. I'm not sure who's at fault here, the retailers, AMD, or the miners maybe? If I was you, I'd wait until there are more Vega 56 GPUs available from partners like ASUS, MSI, Gigabyte, and the likes, preferably at a lower price. So I mean, the Radeon RX Vega 56 certainly is a good card. It however needs driver optimization and a more appropriate price. Performance-wise, I for sure can recommend the Vega 56, but I don't want to award it anything at this time, since it really depends on the final pricing, which yet has to be seen. Thanks goes out to Stefan Miller for providing this GPU, and as always, thanks for watching.